Hello everyone, welcome to Joseph's side quest. Today we're gonna play an episode, and it'll be under Ultimate Klingon. Not sure how to pronounce this, but I'll try my best. Kuvah'Magh.
May you succeed on your mission honorably. Kapla! Arch, I commend your desire to embark on yet another glorious mission, but I have nothing of importance to task you with. I will contact you when a worthy quest arises.
And I'm playing Klingon.
This is President Okeg aboard Starfleet 1. Remember, this conference is vital to the future of the galaxy.
Captain Sean here. Copy that, Mr. President. Best foot forwards at all times. The crew of the Belfast has been briefed.
Captain Cargren, Klingon Empire Liaison to Anik Okeg, standing by. President, the IKS Nima is ready to escort you. Well met. We must ensure the President's vessel, Starfleet 1, is within transporter range of the coordinates provided to us by the Defense Force, and receive clearance to beam down to Kittimer. Captain Sean will be assigned to the President upon arrival, and you shall be tasked with securing the premises. I have patched us through to the Chief of Security of the USS Belfast, Lieutenant Morale Paris of Starfleet. This officer of Sean's is a quarter Klingon of heritage, and hopefully at least twice as much of heart.
I look forward to working together.
Miral Paris, Chief of Security of the USS Belfast, but Lieutenant will do. Nice to meet you. I get the feeling we'll make an excellent team. Ready to get to work when you are.
Klingons are always ready. Kapla.
I hope you don't mind me checking in along the way. This meeting is delicate, and I'd like to make sure everyone is prepared.
Glad to have you with us, Mr. President. Any words of wisdom before we arrive?
Kittimer is a key location in the history of our two civilizations, and home to many important meetings.
Do not forget the conspiracy of 2293 and the cowardly assassination of Chancellor Gorka.
Conspiracies aside, the final outcome was historic, and its gift of peace lasted for generations.
Let's hope for a similar outcome today. Your attendance is as much of a security risk as it is a show of goodwill.
Lieutenant.
It is up to the Federation to take this first critical step. We cannot allow a repeat of Cestus 3.
Sir, sensors are picking up several Gorn vessels in the area. It's an ambush.
Alright, I think one of the things that we have to do is protect this Starfleet 1. Gotta heal these shit there while trying to attack the other.
ranks are thinning. I'm detecting fewer Gorn starships in the system, Captain.
I think I'm gonna switch to weapon system efficiency for faster killing.
Starfleet 1, this is the USS Belfast. What's your status? Starfleet 1, come in. Do you copy? Mr. President, do you copy? Forgive me. Starfleet 1, what is the President's status?
Starfleet 1, this is C-BC. What's your status?
USS Belfast, IKS Nima. This is the President. We're all right. Just a bit shaken up.
Mr. President, we need to postpone this conference. It's much too great of a risk for you to take. Our scans should have picked up on that ambush.
Postponing this conference is not an option, Captain Sean. This ceasefire deal could be the Federation's only chance to eventually make peace with the Klingon Empire. If that involves some degree of risk, then so be it. The members of my delegation joined this mission informed and ready for the task. However, this attack does beg a question. How exactly did the Gorn hide from our sensors?
Scans show their ships are equipped with chronoton masking fields. The C-BC sustained minor damage. IKS, what's your status?
The Nima and USS Belfast do not seem to have sustained significant damage. Nothing worth recording in a battle log. These cowardly Gorn attacks were directed at Starfleet 1, and presumably the Federation President. Aside from a few minor fluctuations in deflector harmonics and a brief spike in secondary EPS flow regulators, nothing approaches critical thresholds. The President's ship will hold.
The crew of the C-BC will search for any looming threats. Scan of the system.
The Belfast will run a scan as well. Something does feel off. Activating long-range sensors and tachyon detection grid.
So whenever I need a faster turn, I use invasive maneuver for faster turn.
Sensors are clear, sir. No threats detected, masked or otherwise.
Let's resume course before that changes.
Attacking Klingons is one thing, but the Federation? I find the circumstances of this Gorn ambush a little odd.
I agree. The Gorn should have challenged my vessel instead, and fought against one of their Klingon conquerors. Cowards.
The Gorn shouldn't have been able to close in on Starfleet 1. We need to improve our response time.
President Okig, the Klingon Empire acknowledges the arrival of your delegation to Kittimer. Our orbital defense post received reports of a rebel strike within the system, but readings were delayed due to the Gorn's chronoton masking fields. Still, your survival in the face of this unexpected obstacle bodes well. Perhaps you are worthy allies after all. You are cleared to beam down.
The Federation is honored to be received on Kittimer. I can assure you that your openness to meeting with us is not misplaced. Our delegation's security escort dealt with the Gorn attack swiftly, thanks to the combined efforts of our respective captains. We will be beaming down shortly. Captains, when you're ready.
Ready, Kangren? Any words of wisdom?
Once you have arrived, Lieutenant Paris will brief you on security measures, but do not rely on her. She is not of the Empire. Remember this. In the face of unexpected challenge, act with resolve, but also with intelligence. Many songs have been sung of Kittimer and its trials, and today may be no different. I will meet you on the ground, and whatever awaits you, face it without hesitation. A member of the Klingon Empire cannot waver.
Considering I'm a Klingon, I want to choose this, but I just don't know how to say this, but I'm gonna choose this option. All right.
Miral, or should I say, Lieutenant Paris.
Doctor, I've missed you. You haven't aged a day.
Well, I am afraid that's how it works. But if it would put you at ease, I can add an aging subroutine to my matrix.
Not on my behalf. You're perfect, just the way you are. Are you part of the President's delegation?
That's right, as the leading expert on species 8472. President Okeg is hoping that sharing our research with the Klingons will make up for our dismissal of the Undine threat. This, and a ceasefire deal, will hopefully lead to lasting peace between our people.
The Doctor pioneered research on the Undine aboard Voyager. It was considered revolutionary, both then and now. It is a pleasure to meet you, especially after your crew's incredible performance in the Kittimer system. I will let you get on with your security tasks and prepare for the conference. Doctor?
We meet at last, face to face. Your name echoes through the Empire's ranks. They say you bow to no one, not even your commanding officer. Marge, that treacherous Kek, got what he deserved. Today the Federation would have us believe we are surrounded by worthier allies. I wouldn't be so sure. Lieutenant Paris will brief you. Make sure she does so reliably. The task at hand is to secure the area and rule out any foul play.
Well met, Captain Camgren. We'll make fine allies. I'm sure. I'll seek out the lieutenant.
It's nice to put a real face to the name. We need to secure the building. I recommend starting with the courtyard in the next room. Oh, and keep in mind, we're in a melting pot of different cultures and delegations right now, but let's try to stay focused and keep our distance.
Ready, let's get over with.
Ah, hold it right there. Just a moment. Greetings. I am the Emergency Medical Hologram Mark 1, but you may call me Doctor. A pleasure to meet you, I am sure. If I may offer a recommendation, while I doubt you will encounter any Undine infiltrators here, you may still find my latest research quite riveting, should you wish to test it out. Here is a parameter you may use to optimize your tricorder for species 8472 biosignature detection. The science behind it is nothing short of remarkable. The settings account for polyfluidic.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Remarkable indeed. Tricorder settings adjusted. See you at the conference.
I'll follow your lead.
Just gonna update some settings here. This one goes to suppressing fire. So what I'm trying to do is I want to put all the short cooldowns on tray 1, and then anything longer I put it on the tray 2. So that when I'm fighting, I don't have to, so that I know which one goes first. And I usually press these first. And then I move these up here. I try to keep 3 trays maximum, or else it'll be too much for me. I think I'm ready. Let me double check. Sometimes these traits get reset, but it looks like it's working good. All right, let's move on. Oh, I need to speak with attendees.
I appreciate you doing your due diligence, but my intel is classified, and you don't have clearance from Starfleet Intelligence. Enjoy the conference.
Most unfortunate. I'll take my business elsewhere.
Ambassador Jiro Sugihara of the Federation Diplomatic Corps. I have to admit that the Klingons were right about the Undine infiltration of the Gorn hegemony, but I don't agree with the war they waged. Diplomacy and peaceful negotiation should come first, always. Anyway, I've been told I should keep my opinions to myself, and even more so if we manage to broker peace. Always looking for trouble, Jiro, even on what could be a pivotal day for our people, you glommer.
I see. I commend your honesty.
The importance of today's conference cannot be overstated. I am grateful for your assistance in orbit. Please, pass my thanks to your crew. The Gorn attack initially appeared to be an attempt at disrupting our conference and taking out Starfleet 1. However, I believe intelligence has details that might contradict this assumption. I am hoping the Klingons will see the value in a ceasefire agreement. I'm no stranger to finding common ground with my adversaries. After I succeeded President Nanyeta Bako, I offered my political opponents seats in my cabinet. As the saying goes, it takes a quadrant to raise a coalition.
Looking forward to your speech, President Okat.
Klingon intelligence interrogated Okeg's people before their arrival, with the thoroughness the Empire demands. We believe him and his delegation speak the truth, and that he is a Saurian of honor. He speaks of our late Chancellor Gorkon with reverence, Bak Kao Lu. We cannot, and will never, dismiss the threat of betrayal. But our intel suggests the Federation's hands are clean. The scent of treachery points towards the Gorn instead.
I see. Anything else I should know?
Well, though no General Chang lurks among our guests today, we have identified a Klingon of interest, an ambassador by the name of Bavat. His reputation has divided our people. Some call him a schemer, others a redeemer. He is here on official duty, as the leader of House Bavat. Even so, we'll be watching him.
Dash Q, this information most valuable. My team and I'll use it well. Command.
All right, let's start with this area.
A Klingon in a Starfleet uniform? Just bah!
Pitiful.
Scans are clear. It seems these Klingons have taken note of my appearance. I've never hidden my hybrid nature, as my godfather, the Doctor, encouraged me to be proud of this part of myself and taught me the meaning of self-worth. But truth be told, I'd rather be back on the Belfast right now. I'm chief of security, not a diplomat or an envoy. Still, if my being here helps prove that the Federation and the Klingons can coexist, then all of this will be worthwhile.
Sounds like a difficult journey of self-reflection. We might need to revisit that if we're going to work together. Let's move on for now.
Preparing to scan.
Another rebel attack in Klingon space. Reprehensible.
King Slathis does not assent to these renegade acts.
No threats detected. If the Gorn delegation is telling the truth, then the ambush we just thwarted was a rebel attack, and not a revolt instigated by the Gorn hegemony. Still, it seemed very coordinated.
I get the feeling that someone is pulling strings. Let's continue.
Leave no stone unturned.
I am Ambassador Koss of the Klingon Empire. I wish to meet with the Kuvah'Magh.
The Kuvah'Magh is an ancient myth. Paris is an impostor, a traitor to her people.
Peace with the Federation. Creator vo narde krapu.
This area is clear. Quite a few opinions floating around today, huh? I say we speed things up and move on to the next room.
Not so fast, Starfleet. The Kuvah'Magh comment is not one to take lightly. I feel that you are withholding information. If you're to ally, then I must know I can trust you.
Fine. You're right. You might know this already, but there's an ancient Klingon religious text that describes the Kuvah'Magh, or Savior, as a figure that will restore the Klingon Empire back to its original glory. Many Klingons believe me to be this Kuvah'Magh because of the events that occurred in the Delta Quadrant aboard Voyager. My genetic material played a part in helping a group of Klingons. I'm happy to answer any questions about that if you think it's beneficial to our mission.
A good compromise. I do have a question about Kuvah'Magh.
What do you want to know?
How does the ancient text describe Kuvah'Magh?
The prophecy foretells the arrival of a messianic savior, Kuvah'Magh. It is said that this figure is stronger than sickness itself and destined to heal the Klingon people, leading them to glory. Some even say the Klingons will know the Kuvah'Magh before the Kuvah'Magh themselves know the world. A spiritual recognition, if you will. What do you want to know?
Why is Kuvah'Magh polarizing for the Empire?
Whereas some Klingons are devoted to the Kuvah'Magh, others disbelieve the figure's existence. Some even treat these religious texts as unworthy epics or conspiracy theories. Either way, I'm caught in the middle of a divided empire when all I ever wanted was to make the universe a better, more tolerant place. What do you want to know?
What role did your genetic material play in Klingon history?
I was born aboard the USS Voyager, and as I said earlier, the Doctor is my godfather. In 2377, Voyager encountered a group of Klingon pilgrims aboard a D7-class battlecruiser. They were looking for the Kuvah'Magh because they were dying from a virus called the Nehret, which they originally believed to be nothing but old age. In order to save them, the Doctor resorted to using my genetic material to create a cure. Miraculously, it worked. And thus, I became the Kuvah'Magh. What do you want to know?
This is all I need to know for now. Let's continue with our mission.
Let's scan this room.
What weight could a conference possibly hold without the attendance of Jempok? Ha!
Yedoko! Walden is here in his stead. Now is not the time for dissent.
I'm detecting... false alarm. Just some residual readings. Running another scan.
We're all set, my good sir.
I will hold you accountable if this fails. There can be no deviation from the plan. Nach, Lodgeman.
Of course, I will not disappoint. We have an agreement after all. Let's disperse.
But that, I believe, he is a source of much dispute within the Empire. Intelligence will no doubt be tracking him. Let's take a closer look. I will follow your lead, Lieutenant. The use of non-standard components suggests that whoever planted this device doesn't want to be traced. Investigate device. This device is keyed to another coordinate in this system. Whether it presents a threat or not is inconclusive. We must report this to Kagran and the Federation captain.
Cogran, it is simple, I assure you. Undine biology is adaptive, with a morphogenic cellular structure.
I am no scientist, but I do not dispute the utility of weaponry meant to identify and eradicate the Undine.
It's unfortunate we still know so little about them, despite the doctor's research.
Ah, Mirage, your disposition suggests that there were no polyfluidic phase variances to report.
That's correct. No Undine infiltrators, Doctor. But we did find something else. Captain Sean, Captain Cogran, we've discovered an unidentified device in the Hall of Heroes. Its origin cannot be traced and its functionalities are unknown. It doesn't appear to pose an immediate threat, but we can't be sure. Will you work on disabling the device while I transmit our findings to the rest of the team?
Use a Nadine burst to disrupt the device's power signature and shut it down.
Kuvah'Magh. A wise proposal. The work of the Romulans, no doubt. Or maybe the Gorn. This device cannot be left here unstudied.
What do you say, President O'Cat?
I agree. This poses a considerable security risk. However, I'm too optimistic about the turnout of this conference to delay our diplomatic efforts any further. We need to honor our agreement with the Klingons. They will not respect any act that might be interpreted as a display of cowardice. We must stay the course. If Captain Cogran is not opposed, then I propose we beam the device to the USS Belfast for further analysis.
We must set up containment field around the device before beaming it up. I'll do it.
Setting up a containment field and done. Ready for transport. USS Belfast, this is Lieutenant Paris. We are beaming up an unidentifiable device for analysis. Stand by.
All attendees must gather in the Hall of Heroes immediately.
Fellow delegations, the Federation is here today to seek peace with the Empire, in the hopes that it will be long-lasting. We believe we have been at odds for too long, and hope to prove today that our worth as allies is greater than our worth as foes. As a first act, we propose a ceasefire, then allying against a common enemy, the Undine. I have with me an expert who will share...
All this talk and no action. Why trust you, okay? Your Federation has already proven it does not respect the Empire. In the case of the Undine imposters in the Gorn hegemony, the Klingons were right all along. Yet you failed to heed us.
You are right. And I know that Federation and Empire relations have often been tense. That our history is riddled with mistrust. That you believe we failed you on the topic of the infiltrators in the Gorn hegemony. And that our ways have been human-centric. But like Chancellor Gorkon, this Saurian too believes in the undiscovered country. And has read Shakespeare in the original Klingon. We'd like to start by sharing our classified research with you on the Undine, as a gesture of good faith. Doctor?
Greetings. You may call me the Doctor. It is an honor to speak to such a fine audience. I will be handing out data pads after our speech, so do stick around should you wish to discuss the details. As you all undoubtedly know, with great scientific advancement comes great responsibility. While ethics are not on the agenda, I am obliged to mention the dangers of the technology we have developed and the risk it poses to non-Undine life forms.
The Belfast is transmitting the results of the analysis performed on the unidentified device. It seems it's...
But I digress. To the crux of the matter, I have created technology that pairs modified tricorders with experimental nanoprobes. The tricorders, while still a prototype, detect the presence of Undine biosignatures. The nanoprobes are then... pardon me, my matrix.
Captain Sean, that device disrupts holo-emitter signals. Doctor!
We curse the Empire!
Captain! They've taken the doctor!
Miral, look out!
Thanks. We need to take down these Gorn and retrieve the doctor. Now!
Belfast, this is Sean. Kittimer Conference is under attack. Monitor all activity in orbit. No one leaves.
I knew I should have brought some cryogrenades along.
Our warriors have identified additional rebel Gorn on the ground. It won't be long before they reach our location. As for Bavat, the Petach has conveniently beamed up to his vessel. He must have had allies on the inside. Klingons willing to look the other way and smuggle in these devices. Huicha! Or perhaps this is another conspiracy.
I assure you the Federation has nothing to do with this, Captain Cogra. I can't say the same for Bavat, though. The Belfast has managed to lock onto his ship with a tractor beam, but I'm not sure how long it'll hold. Our scans show the doctor is aboard, so we'll need to be careful.
My science officer reports that Vavat's ship is equipped with experimental technology. This could be a tough fight. I'll beam up and assist the Belfast.
I'm coming with you. We need to retrieve the doctor. That's non-negotiable.
All right, but I know you well, Moral. Get back in one piece, and no unnecessary risks. That's also non-negotiable. Understood? Cogran and I will stay behind to deal with the Gorn and evacuate the delegations. Belfast, this is Captain Sean. Beam the lieutenant directly to the bridge. Paris, you've got the con. Stay safe.
She won't be alone, Captain. You have my word. This is Cax, ready to beam up.
This is Lieutenant Paris aboard the Belfast. We have a lock on Bavat's ship, the IKS Warvik. Recommend we hail him together before we take any drastic measures. Diplomacy first.
Caution is best, I agree. My crew is on standby. Let's hail them.
Nootpo! You dare not fight a real Klingon, one of prowess and might? I suppose your hail is meant to initiate some sort of negotiation. Which puch! I do not negotiate with those who would see the Klingon Empire become docile and prevent its path towards true glory.
There's no need to fight when you can just surrender and return the Doctor Vavat. Peace is our mutual benefit.
Ko! Request denied. It would be a shame to return your doctor so soon. Extracting him from Khitomer was child's play. Fascinating what can be achieved when the Empire is so divided and unfocused. But Klingons never shy away from a challenge. Let the Kuvah'Magh retrieve him herself and prove she has the heart of a true warrior.
My heart is just fine, Bavat. I wish we could say the same for you, you Mahwi. The Klingon Empire agreed to convene on the Federation's ceasefire proposal. It is you who is in violation of the agreement, and in direct disobedience of the High Council. They should have you discommended, you pig.
Lieutenant, subsurface sensors have detected a massive increase in tachyon emissions. Vavat was stalling to call for backup. Prepare to engage.
Bavat has escaped with the Doctor. The Belfast is tracking his ship's ion trail. Time to show these what we're made of. Give it all you got. Receiving a hail from the Khitomer. I'm opening a multi-channel.
Belfast, this is Captain Cogran. We bested the Gorn. Khitomer is secure. We also uncovered another device mounted to the Federation's podium and neutralized it. The device disrupts photonic emissions and stores holographic data as a containment capsule would. Have you stopped Bavat?
No, and he escaped with the Doctor. I believe he has trapped him inside the device. The work of a coward. We're tracking the Warvik as we speak.
I missed a device, but we scanned the entire area. How is that possible? I increased my tricorder sensor aperture. I ran a multispectral sweep. I even enhanced subspace resolution and set up a level 3 perimeter scan. I should have set up a level 4 scan. This is my fault.
Steady, Lieutenant. The first device was no doubt a red herring planted in the room to distract us from the second, which in turn was shielded from our sensors by an experimental chronoton-charged cloaking field. That second device was ever so slightly displaced in time. Your tricorder couldn't have picked up on it. It took a whole group of scientists from several different delegations to come to that same conclusion.
Whatever Kuvah'Magh is doing is dangerous.
Captain, we need to go after the doctor. The Belfast is tracking Bavat's warp signature, ion trail, and projected course. I've got all the data I need.
What the Belfast needs to do is remain stationed in orbit of Kittimer while President Okeg meets with the Klingon High Council. This attack has led to some very tense exchanges and great mistrust in the Federation and Gorn delegations. Going after the doctor is too risky. We'll need to send our data over to an experienced strike team and let them handle it.
We're out of time, Captain. Lieutenant Paris and I can retrieve the doctor. My warriors are seasoned and ready to put Kuvah'Magh out of his misery.
I agree. Besides, the doctor is not only one of the most brilliant minds in Starfleet, but he's also my godfather. He's family, Captain.
I can't argue with that. But for that same reason, I'll need you back in one piece after your mission. I can't lose you too, Lieutenant. The Belfast has to remain to supervise the situation on Kittimer and escort Starfleet 1 back to Federation space. I hope I'm not making a mistake by staying behind. But duty calls. Good luck, and take care.
I'll undertake this mission if Captain Cochrane agrees.
It is a worthy mission to undertake. On behalf of the Klingon Empire, I authorize you to accompany Lieutenant Paris on her quest. Though I remind you that Bavat, despite all of his treachery, is still the head of what some would consider to be an honorable Klingon house. Should you best him in battle, then you will have to decide whether he deserves to die with honor, and if not, contend with the consequences upon your return. Kapla!
The crew of the 6-BC is ready to receive you, Lieutenant. Kapla.
1 to beam over. Quite the fine ship you have. Here's the data the Belfast retrieved during our encounter with the Klingons. We've tracked the Warvig to the Hattori system.
No time to lose. Engage.
We've arrived, and in enemy territory, no less. Sensors are picking up on multiple vessels in the area. Klingon patrol ships. Planetary archives also show Hattoria is home to a large nebula and an abandoned facility on the ground. I'm guessing that's where Bavat is holding the doctor.
What are our options, Lieutenant?
We can either use the nebula's ionized gas to scatter our ship signal and travel at low impulse to conceal our movements till we reach transporter range, or we can go in guns blazing and risk alerting the Klingons on the ground. Your call.
Let's use the nebula to our advantage.
Recommend we travel at low velocity. 1/4 impulse should do the trick. We've reached the halfway mark. Hang in there, Doctor. We're coming for you. We're nearing the target coordinates. Time to prepare a team. We're almost within transporter range of Hatoria. Let's move on. We are within transporter range. I don't think the Klingons have detected us yet. Still, we better bring some backup. Ready to beam down when you are.
I'll bring Officer's Specialized Infiltration Tactic.
As I was saying, the nanoprobes developed to counter the Undine are Wait a minute. Where am I?
But Judge Emelv, you fool! Sing, the data! Is it ready?
Soon, Bavat. I am extracting the genetic information from the doctor's holomatrix. It'll take some time to bypass his security subroutines.
You know, in some cultures, it is considered ill-mannered to interrupt a sentient life form, especially a brilliant physician. If you're interested, my research paper, The Art of Turn-Taking, a study on conversational analysis in Delta Quadrant species, has...
Hold your tongue, you insufferable projection of wasted photons!
According to the Federation's archives, this facility used to be a penal colony and still houses functional security systems to this day. Speaking of, I'm picking up on a photonic signal that matches the doctor's holosignature, but it's faint. My guess is he's being held in one of the facility's lower levels. Stay alert. We don't know what Bavat has in store for us.
This warrior fears no obstacle. Let's move.
I'll cover you. Lead the way.
Unlock your security protocols and give me the data, Patach!
Ambassador Bavat, this is absolutely ludicrous behavior, and very dishonorable, I'll have you know. I refuse to be probed any further. If you have developed a passion for genetics, then I encourage you to conduct your own research. I am sure you will find the funding.
Sing, increase the hologram sensitivity calibrations, and bypass safety protocols.
That hurt! This is not how one treats a guest in their repurposed prison. Or perhaps it is.
They're hurting him. I'm sending out an electromagnetic pulse to disrupt that console. It'll buy us some time. By tampering with the doctor's sensitivity calibrations, Bavat and Singh are making sure that he feels pain the way a biological life form would. Effectively, they're torturing him. I know Captain Sean said not to take risks, but I'm not sure we've got much of a choice. We need to think of something fast.
Bavat seems interested in genetic data. Perhaps if we look around, we'll figure out what they want from the doctor.
Not a bad plan. We'll investigate the facility as we head towards the doctor's coordinates. But let's do this quickly. I can't let this go on for much longer.
Understood. Let's go.
Before you go any further, let's talk about the facility's security sweeps. Some areas of the facility are being scanned periodically by security consoles. Unapproved life forms that come into contact with the scans will likely trigger an alarm, alerting nearby enemies or heightening security protocols. We should avoid detection if possible, and find a way to deactivate the scanners.
Avoid the scans, then deactivate them. Understood.
Heads up. The area ahead of us is being scanned. My scans are picking up on low-level electromagnetic signals coming from beyond that sweep. Now, what do we have in here? Consoles running on residual power.
Amar Noonien Singh, Research Log, File 13. My first experiment proved unsuccessful. A disappointment. The host biology is highly aggressive at the cellular level and rejecting genetic input. I will adapt my experiments to suppress any existing dominant cells going forward. Amar Noonien Singh, Research Log, File 14. Results are now beginning to show promise, but I fear I might have overcompensated. Rapid mutation has led to instability in the subject genome. To counter this, I plan to create an epigenetic framework with the purpose of culling damaged cells. If we lose a few test subjects in the process, so be it. Amar Noonien Singh, Research Log, File 19. After careful calculations, I have achieved my first breakthrough. Whereas some subjects were unable to withstand further testing, others are now thriving. In particular, Subject GU75 has impressed Vivat.
I have downloaded the data so we can report it to command. Singh and Vivat.
They're experimenting on people.
There's more.
The primary focus of the project is gerontology, the study of aging in various life forms. The Federation Science Council has given me permission to test various forms of genetic modification to find treatments of degenerative diseases such as Irumodic syndrome. We're making significant progress.
Dr. Bashir is one of your Federation scientists.
Yes. How did Vivat and Singh get their hands on proprietary Federation logs? We can't let them keep this data. We need to destroy it.
Hang on, there's another log.
And it's not a proud moment in Earth's history either. Khan was the greatest of the augmented conquerors in the eugenics wars. He was the ruler of more than a quarter of Earth, and he treated those he ruled like slaves. Unlike some of the other so-called genetic supermen, Khan only enslaved his people rather than massacre them. Some consider him to be the best of the tyrants. A dubious honor, to be sure. Augments like Khan Noonien Singh caused the death of millions.
Amar Noonien Singh seems to be following the footsteps of infamous Khan Noonien Singh. Let's listen to the rest.
When the people rose up against the augment tyrants, Khan and some of his people escaped into space on a sleeper ship. I suspect you heard a lot about Khan's clashes with Captain Kirk at Starfleet Academy. I remember running the Mutara Nebula simulator in my senior year there. It was a singular experience.
From Hell's Heart, I step at thee.
I'm all for eradicating degenerative diseases, but not if it means another eugenics war or the creation of genetically engineered slaves. Singh's plan seems to align more with the latter and not with the Federation's work. My guess is they copied our research, but not our motivations.
Genetic engineering is a topic that has divided the Klingon Empire across the age. Some members believe if they're right to enhance a life form's natural capability. Others believe augmentation to be a stain in our history. Let's move on.
Looks like a security sweep can be deactivated from that console. Security functionality deactivated. Let's move on. I'm detecting life signs in the room ahead.
Kuvah'Magh, Grethor's gates stand ready to welcome you.
A Vivat welcoming committee. That's your time. Remind me to thank you later. Phaser fire. That's all of them. Let's look around for anything that might help us.
Amar Noonian scene. Search log file 22. Subject GU-75's DNA has begun to deteriorate after a couple of cycles. All attempts to stabilize the specimen's genetic sequence using molecular templating have failed. I will keep trying. Amar Noonian scene. Search log file 28. This will be my last entry on subject GU-75. Was begun to exhibit irrational and aggressive behavioral patterns. The specimen's enhanced strength make it difficult to control. Even the Klingon guards struggle to keep it subdued for testing. I will begin processing GU-75 for termination.
Download data.
Doctor's Log Supplemental Stardate 86324.7. In preparation for the Kittimer Ceasefire Conference, I have been reviewing the Undine research stored in my holomatrix. One study from Stardate 51003.7 focuses in particular on the reprogramming of Borg collective nanoprobes for the purpose of destabilizing species 8472 cell structure, thereby neutralizing them.
This is the research the doctor spoke at Kittimer before he was interrupted. The log continues.
It appears that Seven and I pioneered research on species 8472, and that the Federation was the first and so far only alliance of people able to thwart the Undine. My hope is that we will soon be able to share this research with trusted allies.
The doctor was open to sharing this research with allies.
I don't think Singh and Bavad are acting on behalf of the Klingon Empire. They must be acting independently.
Then perhaps the proposal of ceasefire is still worth some consideration. Let's move on.
Looks like we can deactivate a security sweep from in here. This room is clear. Another security sweep. We should check this room. Some of these consoles are still active. No doctor in here, but maybe we'll find something that can help us.
Amar Noonian Singh, Research Log File 31. In the wake of Subject GU-75's termination, a new favorite has arisen amongst the augmented ranks. Subject GU-78 is strong, reliable, and obedient, despite the pain it is in. For now.
Doctor's Log Supplemental, Stardate 54518.2. The genetic material retrieved from the unborn Klingon hybrid by the name of Miral Paris, sampled with the consent of her parents, Lieutenants B'Elanna Torres and Tom Paris, has proven a great success. The Klingon pilgrims from the IKS Shan have been cured of their illness. As a result, they now believe that Miral is what they call the Kuvah'Magh, a legendary Klingon figure who is foretold to heal all Klingons and restore them to their former glory. Quite the legacy to live up to for an unborn child. Miral is doing well. I know that the cruel Voyager will protect her, at least until she comes of age and chooses her own path. I expect there will come a day when the Klingon Empire will inquire about Miral Paris. However, modifying genetic material is a delicate topic, given the historical precedents. The eugenics wars, or the Klingon augment virus, both point toward the possibility of genetic alteration being used for nefarious purposes, such as creating biological weaponry, or even an army.
Creating an army?
That must be exactly what Singh and Bavad have planned, but why? The Klingon Empire already has a capable army. The rest of the log comes as no surprise to me. As I got older, my parents began to share stories from my childhood with me. The tale of the IKS Shan was one of them.
I remember my Nante many tales were shared on that day, including lessons on honor and army, but strength should be forged in battle, not grown in labs. Kuvah will suffer the consequences.
You know the drill. That's it. Deactivated. Let's keep moving. Klingon and Gorn life signs up ahead. Prepare for a fight.
Kuvah'Magh! Have you come as a sacrifice, Kuvah'Magh?
The only thing I'm sacrificing is my time, you useless hog.
Glory to the Corn, and Kuvah the benefactor. All shall fall. This is the right.
These Gorn are too far gone and blinded by the Latvian promises.
Surrender yourself, Kuvah'Magh, or prepare to die with dishonor!
That Gorn looks similar to the ones who disrupted the Kittimer conference. Let's press on. I'm sure the doctor is counting on us. Tricorders are detecting a photonic signature further ahead. Lead the way. There are too many security sweeps in this hallway to evade. We have to keep investigating to deactivate them somehow. It's our only option.
Copy that.
This console doesn't appear to deactivate the security sweeps, but I see another one. This appears to be a security console connected to an audio-visual feed.
This could prove useful. Let's tap into it.
The exobiology lab is ready, Bavat. We are only missing the data.
Huicha! How hard can it be to retrieve data from a hologram?
Ambassador, may I remind you that I am the emergency medical hologram Mark I. I served aboard the USS Voyager during
Silence! Do you wish to have your vocal interface deactivated, you insufferable tar? Quiet. Someone is watching.
Miral.
Hello, Kuvah'Magh.
Damn it, we've been detected. And he's taunting us. We need to come up with a plan. Quickly.
The doctor was humming a tune.
I recognize that tune. It was a song he used to sing to me when I was a child. It was written by the Kolar people and dedicated to the Kuvah'Magh. The part he's humming is the last stanza, symbolic of the Kuvah'Magh's agency and their choice to guide the Klingon people, or not. It goes...
Kuvah'Magh, follow no longer find me when two warring houses made peace, and as one grows stronger, the song is renowned across the Klingon Empire. The doctor could be signaling for us to fall back. This could be a trap.
Trap or not, I won't abandon him. There must be something else we can do. Maybe we can deceive Bavat somehow, get him to tip his hand or release the doctor for a price?
Bavat clearly has an interest in your genetic material, Starfleet. Perhaps we can concoct a sample of your DNA for him in that exobiological lab Singh mentioned, made of something else.
That might just work. If they're willing to go to these lengths just to retrieve my genetic material, then surely they'd be willing to negotiate.
It could be the missing piece to their project. Maybe Singh has some samples in that lab that we can mix to create hybrid DNA. Let's look around.
Some security parameters were shut down when Bavat cut the feed. Stay sharp. The area ahead is being scanned.
Ooh.
We've been detected. We need to be more careful. The security sweep is active. Watch where you step. We did it! We're in the clear. Let's move on. This must be the exobiology lab.
Let's see what we can find here.
You know, I minored in biogenetics at Starfleet Academy. Time to put those skills to good use. A sample of Klingon polynucleotide clusters. A sample of human genomic base pairs. This mix might just do the trick, at least for now. Time to enact our plan.
The data has almost been decrypted, Bavat. Soon, we will be able to dispose of the hologram.
Miral, what are you still doing here? I mean, a Klingon hybrid I have never seen before.
Don't worry, Doctor. We're here to break you out.
Lieutenant Miral Paris, or should I say Kuvah'Magh, here to take your friend's place? He's kept your seat warm.
Let him go.
And why would I do that?
Because we have what you need. A sample of my DNA. The missing piece to your scientific puzzle. You're creating an army, right?
I am creating a movement. Soon all will pledge their allegiance to the new Klingon Empire and bow before its ruler.
That's only a fantasy without my DNA, Bavat. I'll give you the sample if you release the doctor.
Miral, I strongly advise you do not.
You're bluffing. Hand it to my assistant, now.
Let the doctor go first.
Fine. Free the captive, Singh. This is a ruse. A counterfeit. Now, Singh.
Let's see how you fare against my latest experiments.
Confirmed. Ready.
The doctor's genetic research will have to do for now. Time is on my side. Can you say the same, Kuvah'Magh?
We can't let him escape!
Miral, no! It's too dangerous. I'll go.
I love you, but you've got to trust me. I have to go after him, and you're needed here. You're the galaxy's only hope against the Undine. I don't know where I'm headed, but if I make it, I'll give you a sign. Protect the doctor. I'll go after Bavat. We'll meet again!
If you handle the fighting, I will search my database for intelligence on the Gorn. Should you require medical assistance, then I will be at your disposal, if you stay alive, that is. I'm a doctor, not a miracle worker. Gorn are exothermic creatures, and therefore vulnerable to the cold. Use your environment. They are also apex predators, with instinct-driven threat responses. Augmentation has driven these Gorn to insanity. What a fight. I was anxious, even as an onlooker. Well done. We've got an unethical scientist on the loose. Where is Singh? I am registering his biosignature, coming from a nearby transporter room.
This is Singh. IKS Warwick. Come in. Anyone!
Not so fast, Singh. The jig is up.
Fine. But if you think apprehending me will have any effect on my plans with Bavat, you are deluded. Bavat has the genetic data he needs to proceed. None of you will be able to change that. Not even the Kuvah'Magh. In time, Bavat will convince her to join his 10,000 augment army. It's the prophecy.
The Kuvah'Magh is destined to slay that army, not lead it.
All of your ruses are pitiful. Your genetic concoction of phenom and human DNA did not even pass a visual inspection. Do you think Bavat and I cannot recognize a vial originating from our own laboratory? Even your holographic doctor must have realized that. But you are too simple-minded to understand our greater scientific plans. Like an insect waiting to be squashed in the palm of a god.
Bavat is spineless. He will betray you, just like he betrayed the Empire. I believe it is you who is the insect.
Silence! The Kuvah'Magh has followed Bavat as intended, and him and I have a deal. He will lead his army, and I will become a renowned ruler. Unlike the rest of the Noonien Singh lineage who have lost their way, I will become the father of a new generation of augments. You, on the other hand, will rot in a Rura Pinte cell once all of this is over. Bavat's means transcend time itself.
Bavak is enacting his grand plan without you, whereas you try to flee from battle like a coward. If he has even a shred of honor left, then he will have lost all respect for you, Singh. Prepare to receive one of the Empire's traitors to break.
I've dealt with my fair share of rude scientists during my time aboard Voyager, but Amar Noonien Singh might just take the cake. Now that this area is secure and our culprit has been caught, I wanted to thank you for coming to my rescue. I know our mission isn't over yet. Bavat is still at large, with morale trailing not far behind, I'm sure.
Oh, don't mention it, Doctor. I hope you're all right now. That sounded gruesome earlier. As for Vavat, Singh mentioned his means transcendent time.
Yes, he did. I suggest we return to where we last saw Bavat and investigate the area. I'm sure we will find something that will enlighten us on the matter. Besides, it might increase our odds of finding Miral sooner rather than later.
Good idea. I'll scan the area.
Nothing a tricorder scan won't illuminate. Oh my. Your scans reveal the presence of residual chronoton particles. That, my friend, suggests a temporal aperture once existed in this very space.
The portal Bavak opened, so he has time traveled? Why? And to when?
I'm afraid it will be difficult to pinpoint on our own. I suggest you report back to your command for now. I am sure the Klingon High Council will want to hear all about this. I can say Captain Shan will be enthused about Miral's disappearance, and I do feel somewhat responsible for that. I'll break the news to him when we return, but I expect he will contact you later. We'll be counting on you to find her.
I don't know how yet, but I vow that I will find Lieutenant Myers Paris to the beam up.
My army promises glory to the Empire and its great houses. A new dawn, a new era for the worthy warrior. Together, we will finally become an empire worthy of Kalesh. We will wipe out the Federation and conquer their people once and for all. Kapla!
Kuvah'Magh! Kuvah'Magh! Kuvah'Magh!
Bavat! Where am I?
The conference did not unfold as I had hoped. Still, I have managed to convince the High Council to consider the provisional ceasefire as we investigate the events of today. Bavat remains at large, and his trail lost to time itself. Despite this, you did well in retrieving the doctor and bringing Amar Noonien Singh to justice. That spineless Patak is being interrogated by intelligence as we speak. In relation to this, I must also relay a most unusual message from one of our agents. Klingon intelligence has received an encrypted transmission from Lieutenant Paris, addressed to you. The stardate attributed to it is unexpected. When the time comes, I expect you to be ready. Bavat must be stopped.
Alright, thanks for watching.